was an automobile mechanic in Dublin. I wanted to kind of further myself, so I came to America. I came to the United States in 1956. At the age of 23, I heard that that was the land of opportunity, and it has proven thus.
So one day, a gentleman who was associated with Volvo came to him and said, "Hey, Sean, there's a Volvo franchise that's just coming open in your area. What do you think?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'd love it." He paid the $5,000, the whopping $5,000 to attain the Volvo franchise. That included 5 cars and a box of parts and the signage. He sold everything that he had, and he bought the Volvo franchise.
We had 6 children: Deirdre, Sheila, Brian, Kevin, Sean, and Kieran. You have 2 Seans together here. I have you know.
You have to ignore the camera now. Volvo's such an amazing brand, and I think it's really because they represent an awful lot of what it means to be family. Volvo's been part of my growing up. It's the fabric of everything that we do. If you ask what the Flanagans are up to, they'll say something about Volvo, I'm sure.
My daughter right there was a young kid, showed interest in doing stuff with Dad, obviously. We would take things apart all the time. You remember back when you and Layla decided to put all my uniforms on and dress up in all my shop clothes?
Yeah, who would have thought I would have ended up in the same uniform a few years later?
She came to me one day, Dad, and says, "All right, I want to go to the Volvo trade school." So it was just out of the blue. She said, "Dad, I want to do it." So that's how that kind of evolved, and there she is now.
I know I definitely want to do this until my body gives up, really, like my dad. I want to do it forever. I enjoy having the best teacher out there to work on these cars. And I know if I need something, you're a bay away from me and I could just go ask you at any time.
My parents bought their first Volvo July 10th of 1995. It was a white 850 GLT. And that kind of started my whole passion for the brand. We would go to car shows, auto shows. That was a thing that my dad and I did. And I'd always be the little kid wanting to take pictures of the Volvo wagons. I was the one with the poster of the Volvo in his bedroom. When I was 17, I wrote a letter to Volvo North America. One of my English teachers said, "Write to either a company or a celebrity." Of course, I chose to write to Volvo. I wrote in saying how much I loved my S40, my passion for the brand, and hoping to one day work for Volvo. I wasn't necessarily expecting anything back from Volvo, but I remember getting a letter back. I've been with Volvo about 11 years, and I actually started working with the woman that wrote the letter back to me. We're very good friends now. I think about all the memories that I've had in every Volvo, making memories with family and friends, being part of a difference, especially with our customers, really gets me going every single day. You talk to anybody, family, friends, and they're like, "Joey? Oh yeah, that's Joe Volvo. He is a Volvo guy, true and true."
I started with Moores in 1978. Over time, managed to move up within the organization, and in 1993, I became the general manager and a partner. In 2005, when my mentor and boss, Jack Beatty, passed away, I bought the store and became the owner and president.
I ended up coming to work at the Volvo store the day we opened at this location. It was April 1984, and I've been here ever since. Been pulling in this driveway for 40 years plus.
I grew up with my father in the business. He's the owner of the Haley Auto Group. His best friend was Ron Ferguson, who's the owner of the Moores Auto Group, so they pretty much raised me together. Went to college, came right back into the business and the operation side. I feel really lucky that I came into a group with so much tenure and so much history. We were one of the first to sell Volvos in the state and in the country.
What do you think the future's going to be like for the next Volvos 5-10 years down the road?
There's just so much opportunity. I mean, look how much has changed so quickly.
What do you think about autonomous drive? Do you think you're going to ride around in a car where you don't have to do anything?
If anyone could do it correctly, it would be Volvo.
I started at Volvo in 1995. I was 18 years old. Been with the company now for 30 years. My poor mother, I remember rebuilding carburetors on her dining room table. That's basically what started the whole thing. And then from there, it just kind of took off. You're not just a number with Volvo. You're part of a family, a greater family that really makes a difference. The product, it's constantly evolving. The EV portion of it now, it's just opened up a whole new field of things to learn and keep you kind of interested in the planet. It's a solid car. I mean, I drive one myself. My family drives one. It's something that you get into this thing and it's going to keep you as safe as it possibly can.
I'm a country girl. I grew up about 45 minutes away from here in Santee. I have 4 children, 3 of which work here at Volvo. I consider myself a great role model, right? So they can follow in mommy's footsteps. I want them to be better than me. I want them to do everything, wherever they set their mind to. My oldest son, he works at the Vehicle Processing Center. My second oldest, he is an accountant. My baby boy, he is a repair technician in C-Shop. Volvo is very family-oriented, and it was a great pleasure to say, okay, I can work alongside my children. You know I trust Volvo because I'm trusting them with my most prized possessions. This is just not a job. You have to be passionate about what you do here because there are a lot of families that depend on you to come to work and do your job correct every single time. The future looks promising. It looks great. And next time you come, you might be filming my grandchildren.
I spent virtually all my life around cars. My dad, he was literally one of the first 10 Volvo dealers in the U.S. Ever since '57, we've been having that Volvo franchise. When the Volvos were being shipped over from Europe, they put masking tape on all of the chrome. And my job when I was 4 and 5 years old was to peel off the tape off of the bumpers because it was an easy reach for me.
Penka's name has been in and around the community for 70 plus years. His legacy will carry on and be forever within Colorado Springs.
The safety of Volvo has always been my absolute most favorite feature of the car. That car has saved so many lives. It's just amazing.
I originally started in February 25th, 1985. I don't know why, but I remember the first job I did. I put fuel pump mounts on a 1976 wagon. I still work on cars every day. I work on a lot of the old stuff, old P1800. One of my customers I have has an old 850, and she's got 450,000 miles on it, and never been into the engine. If you're sitting at a stoplight and you don't see a Volvo at a stoplight, you're not in Charlottesville. There's Volvos everywhere. It gives me a lot of pride. I treat people like my wife or my children are going to be riding in the car. And it's very important to me to make sure that people are safe.
A lot of people basically think of him as a dad. I'll ask Dave a lot of life questions. I'll ask Dave a lot of Volvo questions. Dave either always has the answer or he's honest and upfront and tells you, maybe you should ask the next guy. He just wants to see everybody do well and succeed.
I was coming back from this weekend traveling on the interstate, and I saw a car, and I'm like, I didn't say anything to my wife, but I was like, I just worked on it last week. So it's a good feeling. As my granddaughter says, Granddaddy can fix anything.
Volvo came into my life instantly. As a newborn baby, I came home in a 1990 240 wagon, like very first car I rode in. It's about 8 years old, and like the turn signals weren't working or something. And I had been, learning to read from the owner's manual, like as a child in a booster seat. And I was just like, oh yeah, it's just this. And I fixed it and the turn signals worked. And I just walked into the house and told my mom, and she was alarmed. It's kind of started there. I've owned at least a dozen Volvos. It's a huge, huge part of who I am. May of my senior year of high school, there was an automotive competition. Basically, me and my friend Bretting won first place in Northern California. Then I went on to get all my ASCs, and I worked at a Volvo dealership for 8 years after that. Being able to work for like Volvo proper, it's like I died and went to heaven. It does still feel like a dream very much. Like, I'm so happy to be here. We support the teams that collect data for autonomous driving. Lots of significant findings have come out of work that has happened here.
The reason Volvo's really captured my attention, and it's what I want to buy, what I want to do as a job, it's their focus on people. Because if it's not people, what's the priority? Like what's their motivation? I know at Volvo, the motivation's always people and how to keep people safe. I don't know. I'm smitten, I guess.